our facilities, modern computer and medical labs, research centers and digital libraries, and interactive learning spaces and study zones. Who can apply? Aspiring professionals in health and management can apply. Working individuals seeking career advancement can also apply. International students looking for a global learning environment are also key applicants. Application requirements are 5 SSC credits, including English and Mathematics, JAM and entrance exam scores, medical report, birth certificate, local government industry letter, recommendation letters. Why Higher Ground? We offer work study programs, flexible payment, and a supportive academic environment. Apply today. Visit www.highergroundcollege.edu or our campuses at Lab opposite VCJ Jalingo, Taraba State, and opposite Army Barracks, Tako, Taraba State. Take the first step towards a brighter future. Choose Higher Ground College.
Escape the everyday at DY Scott, a luxurious haven for your hair, nails, and overall well-being. Imagine yourself settling into a plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils and freshly brewed coffee filling the air. Expert stylists meticulously craft your perfect look, whether you're seeking a bold modern style or a classic timeless cut. Beyond the perfect haircut, indulge in a revitalizing manicure or pedicure. Our skilled technicians use only the finest ethically sourced products, ensuring a truly pampering experience for your skin and the planet. Enjoy a refreshing drink, a mojito, chamomile tea, or something bubbly while you unwind in our relaxing atmosphere. Looking to socialize? Challenge friends to a game of table tennis or snooker in our convivial relaxation.
Good morning, great people. It's a brand new Wednesday. Welcome to the Sun TV Morning Show, your daily dose of news, stories, and smiles. I'm your host, Abraham Manajuda. And yes, we're halfway through the week. If Monday was the climb, Wednesday is the view. So take a breath and enjoy it. Now, here's a little midweek spark for your soul. A young man in Bali, local government area of Taraba State, started out with one sewing machine under a huge mango tree. Rain or shine, he showed up every day. Today, he owns a fashion house employing over 20 youth with even a shop at the market in Jalingo. The lesson: success doesn't always need a grand entrance. Just consistent steps and the courage to begin. And in the words of President Olusegun Obasanjo, Nigeria belongs to all of us, and it's our collective duties to make it work. So let us show up today, not just for ourselves, but for our communities, our values, and our future. But let us look at what is coming up today on the morning show. We'll take a sharp look at today's newspaper headlines, what's making the news and why it matters. Then it's time to come and lighten up our move with the pidgin section, which is always entertaining and hilarious despite how hard or tough the news may be. Up next, we'll bring it back with updates from the heart of the Northeast in our Taraba news segment, How Stories Shaping Our State. And of course, don't miss our exclusive interview with a special guest. And so grab your tea, coffee, zobo, whatever it is that makes you feel good, and let's get into it. This is the TV Morning Show, where the sunrise brings stories that uplift, inform, and inspire. And with me to uplift, inform, and inspire you this morning is Mr. Ira Daniel Kukwe. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Abraham. I was so impressed and happy when I heard that quotation you made that success don't do what? It doesn't come in grand entry. It does not have a grand entry.
It doesn't have to have it.
There are some small things when we start, and before you know, they become something so big that you will be so proud of. Yeah. And if you discover how you start it, it is actually small.
Yes,
the little
just
efforts.
Consistent steps and the courage to begin. Most success that hits this thing, most times it comes and it goes the way it comes. It goes, but once it's consistent, you gradually get there. You find out that by it will have a solid foundation, and you'll be able to sustain it.
Recently, we were talking with somebody. He wanted to start a business, and he needed the capital, and he was looking for such a large funds that he may not be able to start a business in the next 20 years. For you to look for a 20 million naira to start a business, I told him, okay, maybe you can just start with 500,000 or maybe $1 million. Then after some years, you'll be able to accumulate 20 million naira. I said, no, you will not be able to do anything. And so maybe it's just that you're starting it too big. There is a need for you to come down to the level that you are. He said,
how much does he have?
Well, I don't know. He was just looking for 20 million.
He's not ready to start a business. If you want to start with 20 million and you don't even have up to $1 million, you're just having.
I don't think he has up to 200,000.
Then I think that is just what I call pipe dream. It's just a dreamer, not the Joseph kind of dreamer.
The good thing about your quote this morning is that there is a way it inspires you to start something, no matter how small it is.
Yes,
it has the potential to grow to something bigger with time.
Yes, and look at some TV. Look at where we started from, and we look at where we are today. And you imagine where we'll be by this time next year. So you start small and you get to you eventually, if you are consistent in what you are doing, get to where you will be. So let us go to the papers this morning. And we will look at some of the papers. But before we go, let us just go for a short break. When we come back, we hit the morning papers.
Escape the everyday at DY Scott, a luxurious haven for your hair, nails, and overall well-being. Imagine yourself settling into a plush armchair, the aroma of essential oils.
Yes, welcome back to the morning show. And just like I said before we went to that break, it's a brand new Wednesday, and it's your daily dose of news and stories and spies. And like I said, I'm your host, Abraham Manajoda, and we have way through the week. And just like if Monday was the climb, then Wednesday is the view. So take a breath and enjoy it. Now let's me give you a little midweek spark for your soul. A young man in Bali started out with one sewing machine under a mango tree. Now Bali is in Taraba State, the local government in Taraba State. And rain or shine, he showed up every day. Today, he owns a fashion now, employing over 20 youth across Jalingo and Bangassor. The lesson, success don't always need a grand entrance, just consistent steps and the courage to begin. And like in the words of the former Nigerian president, Olusegun Obasanjo, Nigeria belongs to all of us, and it is our collective duty to make it work. So let us show up today, not just for ourselves, but for our communities, our values, and our future. So this morning, we are going to hit the ground running with the newspaper review. For the newspaper review, let us start with the, okay, let me start with the Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune. The Nigerian Tribune has it that attacks on plateau communities, direct assault on humanity, rule of law, according to the NBA. The IMF projects 3% economic growth for Nigeria and 43,000 Nigerians to perform 2025 Hajj from states and armed forces. Then you have a government attack, Kwara community kills 6. And you have another story that says Senate reply Bakari, we are interested in result-driven engagement, not theatrics. I'm not in supremacy with battle with any monarch, says Alafin. If on the logo array or show classes, monarchs hold peace meeting. 25 years after, Inyam reminisces on Okaku, say Nigeria still suffering from master-servant relationship. Down to the major story on the Tribune, you have NSA in Benue, says attacks tragic evil, which raised federal government's commitment to ending insecurity once against politicizing attacks, killing have devastated state economy. So let's take that story from the Nigerian Tribune. It said the National Security Advisor Malam Nuhu Ribadu on Tuesday visited Benue State and declared the attacks and killings as evil and as a national tragedy. He was in Makurdi for a stakeholders meeting following the killings of over 72 persons in Ukum and Logo local government areas on Good Friday, and he lamented that it was evil that visited the state. He stated that President Bola Tinubu has emphasized that Benue was not alone in its current security challenges, noting that the entire country was grappling with similar issues. So let describe the killings as a national tragedy. Well, these are just like I said yesterday. If you do a Google check of maybe 2022, 2001 crisis anywhere in Nigeria, you will hear similar things. Well, it's different people, the same rhetorics from different people, different governments, and it keeps reoccurring.
Yes, it's rhetorics. I agree, it's rhetorics. It's a good thing that NSA has visited Benue after the attacks in Okum and Logo and parts of Katsina local government areas. But I think the people in Okum and Logo and Katsina will need more than this. This is not enough. It is a good thing that he has come to visit them after the devastating attack that has come upon them by assailants and killers who are actually senseless in every sense of the word. But I think they will need more than this. They will need more of security interventions instead of this, how do I describe it? Is it palliative? They will just come, commiserate with you and give you some consolations. But it doesn't really take away the insecurity from those communities. It doesn't really take away the challenges that they face as communities in Okum and Logo and part of Katsina. We are not praying for it to reoccur, but there is a way that if these things are not properly taken care of, I don't know whether this visit is related with what security agencies need to do as NSA and ex-police officer, intelligence officer. He has come, and that entails that some surveillance will be placed around those communities and other communities that have not been attacked yet. You understand? If this is going to forestall other attacks, he will go back to Abuja and we hear stories again coming out of those communities around those places that 20 people have been killed, 30 have been killed, hundreds have been killed. Then it does not really make any sense. That is why I said the people in Okum and Logo and parts of Katsina need more than these visits.
They do. They need more than these visits. Because like he said the insecurity in Nigeria has been there since 2011. Since 2011. This in different areas, but this kind of attacks on communities has been there since 2011. And this is 2025.
And yeah, there are places like that. Somebody was describing the Middle East and other Iraq and other crisis-prone areas like that in the world. There is a way Benue and you see Taraba, and you see Plateau. There's a way they always reports coming out from those places talk about some of these attacks. They keep reoccurring after some years, particularly around this time that the rainy season is about to set in, or maybe during harvest season. You will see headers, farmers crisis. Though this one now, some experts are speculating that it is far beyond headers and farmers crisis, because some of those places they come to attack does not fall into that description of farmers headers crisis. But notwithstanding, this crisis keep reoccurring, and it is the failure of the government. I think we have to say it like this: the failure of the government and the security architecture, that they have not been able to stop this reoccurrence. They say beating once is what?
Beating twice.
Yes. So I think it is too much of occurrence that we should say something has been done about it. Though we must admit the fact that the government and the security agencies are doing one thing or the other. But it is glaring, it is fact now, we know it, that whatever it is that the government and the security architecture is doing is not enough.
Okay, thank you very much for that. It is quite obvious that whatever it is that the government, at the federal level, state, local governments, doing, the security agencies are doing, it is not enough. More needs to be done. So now this also takes us to the Punch. The Punch this morning has it that emergency rule for Fubara may shift ground after Tinubu's UK meeting. There are speculations on the news that says that Fubara and Tinubu had a meeting in the UK while he was away, and just speculations that you've agreed. Fubara initiated that meeting, although it was rumored that the Minister of the Federal Capital was not in the meeting, and Fubara may shift ground and probably maybe even join the APC or agree to the terms